All right, here's my dragon drop. Here's my House of Dragon drop review. Hey, look out for more of these, man. I have fun. I don't get to watch a lot of things, man, but sometimes, something might have enough drop in it to be worth it. And I know it's going to be mostly propaganda. It's going to be 82% BS, but that 18%, man, is what we got to focus in on because that 1 plus 8 is 9, and that 9 is the spiral, is the dragon, man. So I like seeing dragons. They put a lot of money into the CGI for this, and it gives kind of a realistic perspective. However, when you think of dragons, don't just think about flying reptiles and stuff, even though that's one form of a dragon. I mean, that's a scary form, right? You got a battle time form of a dragon with the dragon scales, they popping off. And then you got more of the etheric flow, the fire, the water. The dragon could be anything. The earth, the air, any atmospheric phenomenon, I believe, is one of the definitions. The dragon can be you, a fierce, violent person, if you decide to be towards your oppressor, right? So Benjamin Franklin wanted to use the green dragon, free Phineas, man. All right, they still got Phineas locked up in Fort Tryon State, Upper Manhattan, man. Man, look up the Templeton Dragon Fund, TDF, man. That's what they use to put a real dragon in real captivity, man. You know what I mean? So, All right, man. Look, man. Obviously, it's propaganda. They're not going to give us too many of our images. Game of Thrones barely gave any. We ain't really looking for that. We're looking for the drop, right? We're looking for the White Walker drop. We're looking for the Ice Wall drop. There's a lot more drop than just seeing our images because we already got the drop. We don't need that extra validation from Hijack City. So don't think we're looking for that. But you seeing some Nagas with locks, you know what I'm saying? You seeing some Nagas, some royal Nagas like that other show, Bridgington or Briggerton or something like that. They're showing you the Negro Regal, you know what I mean? In many cases, they're showing you the real more affiliations, you know what I'm saying, that are with these families. You know what I mean? But we know all these Nagas are swarthy in all these houses. So all this is a more and more war. This particular house, Targaryen, some of y'all, I read the comments, some of y'all said Tartarian. And we know when we're talking the Tartar, one definition of Tartar is hell. So that's one way of describing a fierce or violent Naga. Man, they in hell. They call our dragons demons, and they try to demonize the dragon in Christianity with this red dragon in Revelation devouring this Christ child. Man, nah, man. That dragon's going dragon. That dragon's devouring Zeus. Because the dragon is against these hijacks, these Greek gods. All throughout this show, you keep hearing um, our ancient gods, our ancient gods. All this is letting you know it's the same pantheon, the same Greek pantheon, the same Egyptian pantheon, the same Atlantis pantheon, where the Moor is flowing out of a Mexim with permission of the Pharaoh, right? They can migrate, right? The Ishmaelites are migrate. Everybody migrating on the promised land. It's all about land. Yeah, it's a Game of Thrones, but it's all for the land, right? It's all for the promised land, back to the crusade flow and all this flow. They say this House of Dragon has happened like 140 some years or 70 some years before, where the series picked up for Game of Thrones, right? So, they're trying to give you some of the historic backstory of the beef and really of the more and more wars. So this is what we digging on. One thing, obviously, is propaganda. They're going to make us look subordinate. They're going to put us in the background, but they do got to start showing your images, which is an interesting thing. Like, they do got to show a little piece of the truth of what it's looking like now. But just imagine it all looking like you, because that's what it is. And a good point is that they said they only got 10 dragons, man. And with 10 dragons, they're holding it down. So even in just reptile battle form, all you need is a couple dragons, my Naga, to be a significant situation. And somebody once left a comment like, oh man, but the military got such high tech, the dragons will be no match for what the military got. And look, man, you must not understand what a dragon is. You must not be seeing clearly, but we're not just talking some physical shape of reptile that can be slaughtered like the old days. We're talking about Zechariah 12. You are the dragon, my Naga. You're the highest form of technology. HaWah's fire, ether is what we're talking about. You know what I mean? So they got nothing for the high tech of the creator. And if the creator want to be in this form or that form or pop off creatures to protect you as guardians, before you had guardian angels, you had guardian dragons. Because a dragon is an angel. We're just talking the high seraphim, the highest order of angels six wings singing holy, holy to HaWah, right? Moses popping off with his copper dragon in Numbers 21, giving life to the people. Everyone he bites or stings with his fire gives life, man. That's that Moshe flow. You know what I'm saying? That's the Quetzalcoatl. That's that Leviathan flow. You know what I'm saying? That's HaWah's dragon. So, you know, these sea creatures, you know what I'm saying? These sea monsters, you know, this is happened off with like first day, like, you know, early on in creation, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, don't be surprised that things in real life look a lot like the mythologies that they're trying to say are just myths, man. And a lot of this mythos is kind of giving a realistic viewpoint in these type of series like Game of Thrones and House of Dragons. So yeah, you're not gonna see a lot of yourself, but you're already there. It only takes a couple dragons. They got 10 dragons. They controlling the realm with just 10 dragons. Sodom and Gomorrah was burned down by just 2 dragons. All right, one dragon burned down a whole city. You know, it's bigger than having a rifle when you have a dragon. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And every Naga got a dragon. I mean, they talked about the dragon devouring itself and how the house of the Drakan, right? You as a Drakan, you can only devour yourself. They can't do nothing to you. They have to get us to fight each other, Bloods and Crips, this and that. BD, you know, they have to give us a dichotomy, a separation, a split. They got to make the dragon devour itself, or else they can't rump with it. They can't mess with it. Just think about that. That snake eating the tail, dragon eating its tail is just you devouring yourself, being out of cold. But you keep the cold, you stop devouring yourself. Managa, you in the ether with it. You in the ether. Hey, hop to the ether squad. A big point in this series is going to be the female dragon. You know what I'm saying? Lady dragons on the wall. I salute you, my aquas. We talking high level dragons. Lady Miriam and Hannah and them. You know what I'm saying? You know, Queen Khalifa and them. Sheba. You know, so we know we have we got Ama, right? Our breath is feminine. Our exhale, wah, is masculine. Inhale, exhale, you know, it's the balance. And I want to stress the balance, you know, not stress the balance, but I want to be aware of the balance, you know what I'm saying? We always have balance, you know, Solomon, Sheba, Flow, we got balance, you know, we can reign understanding each other's energy and having that perfect yin yang, whatever they want to call it, but that's our balance. They want to make it patriarchy versus matriarchy. Here we go again, making the dragon devour itself and eat our own tail, making the men feel like they got to over suppress the feminine energy, you know, in their kingdom. When you don't got a kingdom without mama, big mama, wisdom fortifies the kingdom. HaWah's kingdom is fortified with wisdom. HaWah create the earth, man. You know, so mama's the first of his creations, it says in Proverbs 8. So that energy had to be solidified before the kingdom was established. You need mama. You need, just like Copper, my sister Copper Color Creation said, y'all need to, you know, really embrace us, right? You know, we got to embrace each other. Men got to embrace our aquas. The aquas got to embrace the ox. We got to know we need each other. And it's not a matriarchy versus patriarchy conversation over here. We know we got Lady Davids. You know, you got David, you know, male David. You know, you got Lady Davidas, high Amazon queens under the title David or Davida, sitting in the high seats, you know what I'm saying? Guardians. Like, you know, so it depends on, you know, where you're at and what happened. You know, if the men, you know, went out to war and the, you know, Big Mama has to hold down the house, has to Queen Tamar this thing. Shout out Queen Tamar. She had to hold down the house. Lady Dragon on the wall had to hold up the house. You know, if you take a snapshot then you got a matriarch. You know what I'm saying? You know, before that, she's rocking with David Soslan side by side. Or they'll steal our women and marry in or rape their way into our families, you know what I'm saying, with our daughters and with our women, you know what I'm saying, our queens, and form a matriarchal lineage, you know what I'm saying, by stealing royal queens. And this is what Nebuchadnezzar was up to. Genghis Khan is how he's forming those are true matriarchies, because the only royal blood is coming out the aqua, and the aqua is coming out the royal house. But in order, that house has a balance, you know what I'm saying, with the male female, you know, flow. So we gotta embrace each other Aquas, be careful of this ultra feminine energy, this Beyonce flow, because now we don't need you and yada yada yada, you know what I'm saying? So be careful with that, right? So we all got to find the balance of it. But what they're doing, what it look like they're doing, is really focusing on this lady dragon, and is she really ready for the rulership? You know, she wasn't really looking for it. She kind of wanted to do her own thing. But that's a really sign of a good con, you know what I mean? When, you know, that function is laid in front of you. You're not searching for the power. You're not trying to control Nagas. You know what I'm saying? It's just up to you to pop this off, to pop this framework off. And, you know, how will the rest of the Targaryens, somebody left a comment, Targaryens, like I said, you know, Tartary for them means we in hell. But a lot of times they refer to Genghis Khan's flow as the Tartary. But we know that all the so-called Moor was under this Tartary flow. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tartary versus the Mongol. The Mongol just means great ones, the great ones, the Mongolians, the barbarians, the barbar are the swan in Hebrew. Barbar is swan. Hebrew word of the day. Barbar, swan. So you got the Swan Knights, and then that title, barbarian, now turns into this other thing. Tartarian turns into this other thing. You know what I'm saying? Targaryen is not what we're talking about. You know, I see her having a lot of pushback, you know, by the male Targaryens. And what's going to happen next, I guess we'll find out. But they got 10 dragons. They got some Nagas in there, man. They got a lady dragon popping off right now. And, you know, a lot of history. The uncle got kicked out because of his energy. You already know he's going to pop off something crazy. So look out for this uncle to go, real, just be real salty that he didn't get to be the heir under his bro. And, you know, maybe his bro should have let him in more. Or maybe his bro knew what he was doing by pushing him out. You know, so I don't know, man. I mean, the dude seemed pretty wicked, man. So what's going to happen next with that? They're already trying to prepare her for this White Walker situation over 100 years in advance, man. So, you know, she's already prepared for something bigger, you know, than just her realm. You know, she's preparing for, you know, saving, the living, you know, to be a savior, so to speak, you know, a Mashiach, so to speak. So it's interesting, man. Shout out to the Lady Dragons on the Wall, Lady Davidas, and we're going to keep tuning in, man. This is just your first, official drop review of episode 1. You know, I'll see y'all for episode 2. We'll keep it going and having some fun with some TV drop, man, and we'll be right back on that quantum. I got a lot to talk about with this quantum. We back to Blue Marvelin'. We back to Estebanico, you know what I mean? We back on the Presta Flow exclusively at 432thedrop.com. Presta 103. Call me Huno. Just taking a nice victory lap, my Naga. And we back to our Code Keeper series talking about false witnesses, man. Yeah, it's about that time. We did 4 parts already. You know, this will be our 5th part, 5 out of 9. And the Code Keeper series, man, it's important to have it on our heartbone, man. So we're seeing this all happen with the House of Thrones and Game of Thrones, all because of the outer coldness and the covetous. We just got that in the last part, man. So all this is correlating. But yeah, this your House of Dragons drop review. Holla at your koala. Don't holla at koalas. And keep that 9 on you. Andre Iguodala. Hey, out to the con, Shalom.